It's okay. I have some good news and I have some bad news. You want the bad news first? If you believe that those planets exist, you've been compromised by fallen angels. The good news is that they don't exist. And I'm going to prove it. See, you have to realize Satan is the great deceiver. And it's not what's real, it's what he can make you believe. Because what you believe becomes an idea that you make real. So through psychology, through maps, through a few philosophers, they were able to convince people to consciously acknowledge fallen deities. The same deities that was worshipped in Rome and Greece. The gods that fell and gave mankind technology. These are the gods you worship in this earth. And you reverence them and keep them in remembrance through science. They don't exist at all. And I'm going to prove it. Let's go to Genesis. And the disciples warned us of these things so that we could not be taken through the deceitful science and lies of this world. Let's get 1 Timothy 6:20. 1 Timothy 6:20. Read it.
1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called.
So he says, Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. He's talking about this word. Avoiding profane and vain babblings. This is what the philosophers do. And oppositions of science falsely so called. See, they always argue science and tell you science is ever changing, ever evolving, when really the truth stands without contradiction. So if we can avoid these things, we'll be all right. Read. Now read the 21st verse.
Verse 21. Which some professing have erred concerning the faith. Grace be with thee. Amen.
So if you don't understand the tricks of science, you can err from the true faith of the Most High. If you start believing anything that comes from science. If I believe what came from science, or believe the theories of science, then I would believe that I evolved from a monkey about 100 million years ago. Okay? And that monkey came out of a big bang. Alright? And that, you know, we were reptilians, and then we was amphibians, and then we turned into humans, and then we evolved, and now here we are. And that's total madness. Also, if I believe science, all planets revolve around the sun. When the Most High told us in Genesis that his eye was on the face of the deep to create the earth. And after the earth was formed, then he started making the stars which would service the earth. So everything according to the Bible revolves around what? The earth. The sun is at perfect perpendicular from the earth, the sun is, to give it what it needs for nourishment. The moon controls the waves of the seas. They're connected. The stars give light. All these things are used to minister to mankind. Mankind is the image of the Most High. The angels minister to the Most High. So the angels were made as stars to minister to the living life on earth, to give and nourish the Most High's creation. Satan took that away to reverence the fallen ones, like he was, opposed to reverencing the Most High. He'd rather you worship the sun, because you know the sun originally was an angel. The moon, angels, stars, angels, all these things were created in the beginning, and the Most High gave them their ordinance, and they went out and dealt with their function. So how can he get people, how can he deceive the masses into worshiping fallen angels? I must make them think there's planets out there. Now, let's go to Genesis, the first chapter. Read the first and second verse.
Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters.
Moved upon the face of the waters. And at this time, the earth was without form or void, but it was there. It was in an element stage. It said they moved on the waters, which is the Allah.
And the Most High said, let there be light. And there was light.
So what came first? It was deep. It was dark. Dark came first. Before you come into a room, it's dark. And then the light come on. Dark comes first. It came first. You understand? Read.
Verse 4. And the Most High saw the light, that it was good. And the Most High divided the light from darkness. And the Most High called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
So that also proves that there's light and darkness within the universe without the sun and moon. The sun and moon is not created at this time. Just light itself. You got that? Read.
Verse 6. And the Most High said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. 7. And the Most High made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament, the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And the Most High called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. Verse 9. And the Most High said, Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was 10. And the Most High called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And the Most High saw it was good. And the Most High said, Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind, whose seed is in itself, upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after its kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, after its kind. And the Most High saw that it was good, and the evening and the morning were the third day. Verse 14. And the Most High said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And the Most High made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also.
So now, he have lights, which we call stars. He have the greater light, which is the sun, the lesser light, which is the moon. And you got the stars, which is for your constellations. Now you also have watchers. Watchers come in their course to watch mankind. These are angels that watch mankind. Now these were all created in the celestial before man was created. Right? Now as you can see, these are lights and stars. Not once did it say planet. So why and where did we get the word planet? Let's figure this out. Finish.
Verse 17. And the Most High set them in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the Most High saw that it was good.
It was in order. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
You notice it keeps saying the evening and the morning to show you a new day starts when? The evening. Right? Read.
Verse 20. And the Most High said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and the fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
Now this is where science gets so-called evolution, because there is proof that all life outside of humans walked out of what? The waters. But at one point, after the Most High stopped creation, it was finished. When he rested, there was no need for any level of evolution at that point. Every animal that he intended to be on earth was on earth. There was no need for anything else to evolve. It was perfect just the way he wanted it. Right? Read.
Verse 21. And the Most High created great wells, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the Most High saw that it was good. And the Most High blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Verse 24. And the Most High said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and the beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And the Most High made the beast of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the Most High saw that it was good. And the Most High said, Let us make man in our image.
Let us make what?
Let us make man in our image.
It said, let us make man in our image, because it was more than one doing the creating. Us is Allahayim, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Yes. So let's see what is the image of the Most High is. What is it? Read.
Let us make man in our image.
Let us make man in our image. Let's see what the image of the Most High is. Read.
After our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the Most High created man in his image. And in the image
he created man in his what?
In his own image.
Read.
And the image of the Most High created he him. Male and female created he them.
Male and female is the image of the Most High, and he gave them dominion and made everything around them, even out in space, to minister to them, because they are the image of the Most High. Go to Genesis 6. Start at the first verse.
Genesis chapter 6 verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all they chose.
So the sons of God, which are the angels, saw the daughters of men, which were the daughters of Cain, and they were beautiful. Read. And they took them wives. Read.
Of all which they chose.
Of all which they chose. Read.
Verse 3. And the Most High said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
So the Most High, seeing that they was trying to deal with mutation, bring a new being inside the earth that would eventually destroy mankind. So he went to Noah and told Noah, I'm going to tear this place down. In 20 years it's going to rain. Now before this, there was no such thing as rain. There was a dew that would come down and actually deal with the earth and water the earth. He told Noah, in 120 years I'm going to destroy this place. Go talk to the people and build the boat at the same time. Knowing that these hybrid genetic beings, Satan actually morphed into the earth, would eventually destroy mankind. He understood this. That's the reason for Noah's Ark. That's the purpose behind it. The Most High built the ark to save us. Satan had beings in the earth that was put in the earth strictly to consume mankind. I'm going to prove it. Read.
Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
The children were called Nephilim. In the Hebrew, Nephilim or Nephilim. Fallen angels' children. Giants. Read.
And also after that.
And also after that, to show you it happened after the flood. There were giants in the land of Canaan, when our foreparents, the children of Israel, left Egypt. Read.
When the sons of God came into the daughters of men.
Sons of God, which are angels, came into the daughters of men. Now, in the book of Enoch, it tells us that these beings had power. They showed the working of artistry. They showed the workings of metals, on how showed women how to make up their eyes to entice men, showed men the act of war. They brought all these things into the earth. Huh? They brought in drugs. They also brought in estrogen. They brought in birth control so that the women can keep their shape. All this they brought during the flood. So the technology we have today, it's from before the flood. Also, they wished to be worshipped in the earth as gods. Based on their strength, they felt no need to reverence or minister to the creation of the Most High. They figured that the creation should minister to them. Okay? Read.
And they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Men of renown. When you look at that renown, it tell you titans. Titans. There's a movie called Clash of the Titans. It show you in Greek mythology this big war with the Clash of the Titans and all these dragons and all this medieval things that are going on there. All those things happened before the flood. Because it tell you in the book of Enoch, because of these evil angels, the Most High decreed that they fight each other and kill each other off in war. And they spirits from them became what we call demons in the earth today, because there was no place in heaven for them and no place in Hades for them. So they must wander in the earth and antagonize and go against mankind, since they came from women. Since women compromise with the angels, they will come to attack, do battle, and destroy, and there is no place for them until the judgment. So they must roam in the earth until judgment. Now, if they was once worshipped as gods and Nephilim and their demons, they can now teach their legends to the hierarchy and the high institutions and the high people who wish to get power from them. So in exchange for power, they get worshipped. Greek mythology, planets, science, all this is the agreement, that they get acknowledged as gods over people. Now, I need you to go to 2 Kings. We can't read the whole thing, but we're showing how the king, how our people was influenced and started building idols to these fallen gods. Let's go to the 4th verse. Read. 23 and 4.
2 Kings.
Matter of fact, read the 3rd verse.
2 Kings, chapter 23, verse 3. And the king stood by a pillar, and made a covenant before the Most High, to walk after the Most High, and to keep his commandments, and his testimonies, and his statutes, with all their heart and all their soul, to perform the words of this covenant that were written in this book.
In this book right here. That's what it's talking about, this book. He made a decree. Read.
And all the people stood to the covenant. And the king commanded Hilkiah the high priest, and the priests of the second order, and the keepers of the door, to bring forth out of the temple of the Most High all the vessels that were made for Baal, and for the grove, and for all the host of heaven. And he burnt them without Jerusalem in the fields of Kidron, and carried the ashes of them to Bethel.
Now this is during the time of Josiah. They were sick and tired of what happened with the Danites setting up groves and all that in the Most High's temple. So he decreed that he would be one, Josiah, who would reform this or change this, and said, I'm going to follow your commandments. And they took the groves and all that, the Baal statues and all that, and started burning them and destroyed them.
Verse 5. And he put down the idolatrous priests.
And he put down the idolatrous priests who were set up to worship these things. Read.
Whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places and the cities of Judah.
Go ahead.
And in the places round about Jerusalem, them also that burnt incense unto Baal.
Hold up. Let's see what they mean by doing it to Baal. Read.
Them also that burnt incense unto Baal, to the sun.
Hold up. Don't pagans worship the sun? Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Pagans. To the sun and what?
And to the moon.
And to the moon. Go ahead.
And to the planets.
And to the what?
And to the planets.
And to the planets. Now I said there was no planets. Get some understanding here. Let's find out who these planets or what these planets are. Finish reading.
And to all the host of heaven.
And to what?
And to all the host of heaven.
And to angels. So those that are called planets were once a part of the host of heaven. And they're worshipped by being acknowledged in science today. And I'm going to prove it. They were operating in the heavenly order. They wandered down the earth and slept with women, and they're being worshipped in this earth today as gods. And guess what? Even the Romans knew that these spirits came down into the earth, and I'm going to prove that too.
Verse 6. And he brought out the grove from the house of the Most High, without Jerusalem, unto the brook of Kidron, and burnt it at the brook of Kidron, and stamped it to small powder, and cast the powder thereof upon the graves of the children of the people. And he brake down the houses of the Sodomites.
And he broke down the houses of the what?
And he brake down the houses of the Sodomites.
And he broke down the houses of the Sodomites. The Sodomites were known for homosexuality and lesbianism. See, these spirits glorify that lifestyle and are empowered through that lifestyle. If you speak against it today, you get thrown in jail. Speaking against something that's against the Most High. And it tell you in the book of Romans, the first chapter, it tells us that these spirits that comes inside or inhabits a homosexual is some of the most hideous spirits on earth, because they're not just dealing with that act. They deal with all type of inordinate mindsets against the Most High, because they open themselves up for spirits. Now, what happens when you set up a society and put homosexuals in charge of the people? This is the society we live in today. The Lord says, like in the days of Noah, then shall the coming of the Son of Man be. It's the same thing. Homosexuals are being exalted now. All right? Bless you. They're being exalted now. Read on.
Verse 7. And he brake down the houses of the Sodomites, that were by the house of the Most High, where the woman wove hangings for the grove.
They wove hangings for the grove. So they did decorations for these little groves worshiping Satan. Now let's deal with these planets real quick. How do we know that the Romans understood that these planets were really spirits that come down into the earth? Let's get it. In the New Testament, mind, let's go to Acts 14. And let's start at the 8th verse.
Acts chapter 14 verse 8. And there sat a certain man at Lystra, impotent in his feet, being a cripple from his mother's womb, who never had walked. The same heard Paul speak, who steadfastly beholding him, and perceiving that he had faith to be healed, said with a loud voice, Stand upright on thy feet. And he leaped and walked. And when the people saw what Paul had done, they lifted up their voices, saying in the speech of Laconia, The gods are come down to us in the likeness of men.
Read that again.
The gods are come down to us in the likeness of men.
The gods have come down to us in the likeness of men. When did this happen before? Before the flood, when the sons of God came down and slept with women. So this is what they thought happened when they seen Paul deal with miracles. He must be one of the gods that came down. Listen to this clearly. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And they called Barnabas Jupiter.
They called him who?
And they called Barnabas Jupiter.
They called Barnabas who?
And they called Barnabas Jupiter.
They called Barnabas Jupiter. Go ahead.
And Paul Mercury.
And they called Paul Mercury. Right? You with me? Read on.
Because he was the chief speaker. Verse 13. Then the priest of Jupiter, which was before the city, brought oxen and garlands unto the gates, and would have done sacrifice with the people. which when the apostles Barnabas and Paul heard of, they rent their clothes and ran in among the people crying out.
Let's go to 19th chapter. 19. Start at the 34th verse.
Acts chapter 19 verse 34. But when they knew that he was a Jew, all with one voice, about the space of 2 hours, cried out, Great is Diana of the Ephesians. And when the town clerk had appeased the people, he said, Ye men of Ephesus, what man is there that knoweth not how that the city of the Ephesians is a worshipper of the great goddess Diana, and of the image which fell down from Jupiter?
Which is the what?
And of the image which fell down from Jupiter.
And the image which fell down from Jupiter. So what is this showing us here? Why now these gods, which were once worshipped in ancient Rome, understood to have come down and slept with women and dealt with whatever they dealt with in the Old Testament, why are now they're promoted in our society as planets? Think about it. They exalted as planets so that everyone can reverence these same fallen spirits if you believe they exist. More. Go to the book of Jude, right before Revelations, last scripture. This is the one that tied it all together. The book of Jude. Ready?
Jude chapter 1 verse 6.
Go ahead.
And the angels which kept not their first estate.
And the what?
And the angels which kept not their first estate.
Go ahead.
But left their own habitation.
But left their own habitation. Read.
He have reserved in everlasting chains under darkness until the judgment of the great day.
So he bound these angels that came and slept with women. I tell you that in the book of Enoch. So their children, which are Nephilim, uphold them as gods. These are the fathers of demons. Read the 13th verse. This is the one.
Verse 13. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out of their own shame. Wandering stars.
They're called what?
Wandering stars.
They're called what?
Wandering stars.
They are stars that wandered down to earth. Go ahead.
To whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever.
What verse are you in?
13.
13. And I'm going to go into the Greek on the wandering stars. Wandering is the Greek number, and I need you to write this down, 4107. Wandering is the Greek word planetus, or planet. 4107. Planetus, or planet, is wanderers, wandering stars. Wandering in Greek is planets. There is no Mercury, there is no Jupiter, there is no Greek, there is no Venus. All these so-called planets were fallen angels that were worshipped and reverenced before the flood. And they're being worshipped today by our acknowledgement of them, that they exist. Good. Praise the Most High. They don't exist. And America did not walk on the moon either. That's another lie. Okay? Don't believe none of the images they're showing you. Talking about something on Mars and all that. They don't have nothing. It's all a Hollywood show. It's a bunch of garbage. Someone said angels don't have sex. They don't. But the ones that did have sex were judged. How do we know that? I can prove it. Let's go to Genesis, the 6th chapter, in the 1st verse. Let's go. Let's prove to you that it's talking about angels and not people. The Roman Catholic Church teach that it's the sons of Seth, the sons of God. But they're doing that to hide the idolatry and the gods they really worship. Beyond any shadow of a doubt. Let's go to Job. We're going to Job 1 and 6. Genesis 6 and 1 says about the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair. Let's see who the sons of God are here. Let's go to Job 1 and 6.
Job chapter 1 verse 6.
Read it.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Most High.
Read it again.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Most High.
There's no people that go before the Most High and present themselves to the Most High. That don't happen. These are angels. Read.
And Satan came also among them.
In the Old Testament, in the old time, Satan had entrance into the heavenly throne. Read.
Verse 7. And the Most High said unto Satan, Whence comest thou?
Where you coming from, Satan? Read.
Then Satan answered the Most High, and said, From going to and fro in the earth.
So he said he was going to and fro in the earth. So where's Satan right here? He's in the heavens. Who's with him? The sons of God. There's more. Job 38 and 7. Read it.
Job chapter 38 verse 7. When the morning stars sang together.
When the morning stars sang together. So that is the office of the morning stars. Lucifer was a morning star in the beginning before he fell. They sang before the Most High. Read.
And all the sons of God shouted for joy.
And all the what?
And all the sons of God shouted for joy.
And all the sons of God shouted for joy. This happens in the heavenly realm. 2 Peter 2 and 4. Read it. Read the 4th verse.
Verse 4. Where was thou when I laid the foundations of the earth?
Job 38 and 4. Listen to this clearly now. This is key. Where was thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Read.
Declare if thou hast understanding. Who have laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest, or who have stretched the line upon it, whereupon the foundations thereof fastened, or who laid the cornerstone thereof.
Now this was before mankind was created. We just went through creation. Man did not get created until the 6th day. Read.
When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy.
And all the sons of God shouted for joy. This was before man was created. 2 Peter 2 and 4.
2 Peter's chapter.
Now this right here will put any doubt that they were the angels to bed. 2 Peter 2 and 4. Read it.
2 Peter's chapter 2 verse 4. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned.
See, angels don't sleep with people. But these angels sinned. Their sin was sleeping with the daughters of men. Excuse me.
That sinned.
If the Most High spared not the angels that sinned. This is not talking about people here. It's angels. Read.
But cast them down to hell.
He cast them down to hell for what? Their disobedience. Sleeping with women and bearing giants that brought technology in this earth that we see today. This is the reason we have demons in the earth today. Read. Read the 4th verse again.
Verse 4. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness.
He delivered them in the chains of darkness. They're in hell as we speak. Read.
To be reserved unto judgment.
And when Christ returns, after the 1,000-year reign, they will be judged. Their children are the demons, the Nephilim that came from women and angels. That's the Bible. Okay? So we hope you got that understanding. Some people want to disagree with this. So y'all got that understanding? All right, good. There's no such thing as planets, and these are fallen angels. They came and slept with women that brought forth the evil we see today. And on top of that evil, all the technology we see in the earth today comes from these same spirits who are controlling governments. They give your government powers their power. These are the children of Nephilim.
Sometimes you want to talk about why others like